What I've seen, particularly in the past 3 or 4 years, our insurers are much more willing and interested in considering their policy wordings that have existed for decades, and to incorporate those wordings, change those wordings, modify those wordings to deal with some of the decisions coming out of the courts around the country. In certain instances, broaden the coverage, capture premium for coverages that no longer exist, and deal, quite frankly, with some decisions coming out of some of the courts that are not so favorable for the insurers, to better modify the policy wordings and the coverages to deal with those problem decisions. We've seen this really in all areas, most notably, at least for myself, in builder's risk insurance, all risk policies, and other types of property coverages, but we're also seeing it in certain liability coverages as well. What I see as one of the primary differences in most recent years is a much more willingness on behalf of the business producers underwriting to get input from the claims people, including claims counsel, coverage counsel. That would be myself, for example, who have litigated some of these issues and really bring to it a special insight into how the coverages work, what's not working, what they're not capturing, but courts are saying are covered anyway, certain types of exclusions, causation, defining terms. All of that is really on the table now as we see it with most of the insurers we deal with. One of the sort of balancing acts, and this is something that's always existed with policy wordings and any kind of change in the policy wording, is, of course, an insurance company can build a policy that works just great, but you'll never be able to sell it because the coverage will be too restricted. And we certainly recognize that balancing act. The other balancing act is anytime you change wording as a result of a court decision that's out there, counsel on the other side, policyholders will pick up on that, and to the extent the old wording is still out in the marketplace, it will most certainly be used against you. So in sum, dealing with policy wordings has always been tricky. It's always been a fine line. It's always been a balancing act. However, I think inquiring of claims people, claims counsel, your claims handlers, your adjusters, they know where the problems are, and talking to them, dealing with them, and trying to fix what's maybe broken or to make it better is certainly the way to go.